What's up, everyone? Welcome to our Wednesday night live stream Bible study. You know, it's so great to be here. We just came from Thanksgiving. We're trying to keep to our schedule. So we have a definite Wednesday night Bible study, and then a Sunday morning service around 12 or 11 or 12 o'clock in the morning on Sundays. So you can catch us live those days, but we go live to really reach people in where we are at, and it's good watching a recording, but some people want to know what's going on in the real and here and now. Now, I'm one that believes that there's nothing left until the rapture happens. Nothing really major needs to happen for the rapture to take place. We go into the tribulation next. Now, we don't know when the tribulation is going to start. We are just supposed to be watching and ready. And we have to endure till the end, until the rapture happens. And that's our blessed hope. No matter whether you're pre-trib, post-trib, mid-trib, we all have to be ready and we all have to be prepared to endure till the end. And so we have to have that extra oil. We have that real relationship with Jesus. We are keeping his commandments. We are repenting of sin and we're walking in the light. We're doing our best to walk in the light all the time and walking free from sin. Now that sounds impossible, but it is impossible except for Jesus Christ. Jesus is the answer to what we struggle with. And so there's always hope, because the Bible says that God is the God of hope. The God of the Bible is the God of hope. And so Shadrika is going to be joining me. She's my wife. I've been doing YouTube for since 2016. I had been walking with the Lord since, I would say, 2014, 2015, when I started to really pursue the things of the Bible. And so when I started to pursue Jesus Christ and realized that he is the Son of God, I think my eyes were open to the fact that we need to change our life and give our life over to the Son of God, who paid the debt for our sin in order to bring us back into relationship with the Father. And so we can do our best. Can you bring my Bible, by the way? We can do our best to just be ready. And one of the themes that I was calling tonight was the end days marriage. What does an end days marriage look like? The last days marriage. Thanks. What does the last days marriage look like? Because we sometimes see what's going on in this world and we can be confused. We can be, struggling in our marriages. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight as well. And hopefully that will be a blessing to someone who needs it. And so whether you're pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib, we have to do our best to say, let's be watching and ready, and understanding that nothing else has to happen for the rapture to happen. We should be living our lives expectantly. If it's when we're sleeping at night, this is my wife Shadrika.
Hi.
It's when we're either sleeping at night or, at work during the day, or if you're a stay-at-home mom with the kids, we're living always with the prepared mind that Christ could come at any moment. And that helps us really to live a righteous life, guys. It's not necessarily putting the day of the Lord way off. And so, hey, I'll get around to repentance whenever I feel like it. No, we can always have a ready mindset, even though we are waiting. Some scriptures do give indication that the Lord has delayed, and it's been 2,000 years since Jesus walked this earth. And so he has been delayed. But a lot of scholars are saying we are at the last of the last days. And so that puts strain on our relationships. That's put strain on our working schedule. And, that puts strain on a lot of what we go through. And so, it's understandable that, we can all sometimes ask the question over and over again, hey, when's the rapture going to happen? When's the rapture? But it's important for us not to get into a scoffing mentality where we're like, oh, I'm forgetting about the rapture. I'm just going to forget about it and live my life. Well, I'm 32. Shadrika's in her 30s. And, we look forward to living life. We still have life plans that we want to do. But that doesn't mean that we can put off the return of the Lord, even though we're so young in the game. Now, someone who's maybe in their 60s or 70s, they could have a scoffing mentality where they're like, oh, I've been waiting since I've been 30 or since I've been 20. But guys, be encouraged. There are still older people that have a watching and ready mentality. I can point out there is a woman on YouTube that she is always talking about being watching and ready. There is plenty of Max Lucado is, I would say, an elderly type of man, and he is still talking about being watchful and ready. And so we don't have to have this mentality where we're putting off the return of the Lord for a long time. But yet and still, I believe it's important that we can make plans. I have plans to better my career. I have plans to get more healthy. I have plans to travel the United States, or to grow this ministry or YouTube channel, or to be successful. Those plans can still, come second to really serving Jesus in our everyday life. And so, let's open this up with some scripture. All of this has to be done by faith. We can look at Hebrews chapter 11, and we can see that faith is something that we need to live out this Christian life. Just like Noah in the last days had faith in his particular last day. The last days isn't really a new concept. It sometimes just refers to the end of a certain segment of history and a new segment beginning. And that's important to understand, when talking about the last days. Guys, Jesus is offering us eternal life. So there will never be a annihilation in last day. But there is still the concern of the tribulation and those everyday realities of the world becoming more dangerous. And so we can conquer this by faith. And I'm going to read this passage, and it's starting at verse 13. It says, "These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were assured of them, embraced them, confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on earth." That's Hebrews chapter 11, verse 13. "For those who say such things declare plainly that they seek a homeland. And truly, if they had called to mind that country from which they had come out, they would have had opportunity to return. God's saying, hey, if they were talking about returning to Atlanta, your hometown, or for me, California, they could have just returned there. No, but they were talking about a heavenly country that they were pilgrims and strangers. Even though, yes, they did move physically from their hometown on this earth, they were also saying that they were strangers and pilgrims on this planet because other people do not follow God. That's the plain truth. It's not necessarily the problem with the earth itself. Even though sin is wrapped up in this earth, God's going to destroy this earth. But it's really the people of the earth that the Bible is speaking to. You can't really do anything for anyone else here other than the people. And so by faith, we have to say that we're looking towards our heavenly country, and we're going to be there one day by faith in Jesus Christ. By faith, Abraham, when he was tested, offered up Isaac, and he who had received the promises offered up his only begotten son, of whom it is said, in Isaac your seed shall be called, concluding that God was able to raise him up even from the dead, from which he also received him in a figurative sense. By faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith Jacob, when he was dying, blessed each of the sons of Joseph, and worshipped, leaning on the top of his staff. By faith Joseph, when he was dying, made mention of the departure of the children of Israel, and gave instructions concerning his bones. So this goes on to tell us there are different things that people have used to conquer the challenges that were ahead of them. When God asks something big of us, like, hey, you're going to be living in the last days, he's asking us to have faith in these last days. And, we're going to get into talking about marriage too, is that how we need to have faith in our marriage. Our marriage can sometimes feel like it's the last days, where we're like, I don't know if I'm going to make it, another 5 years or 10 years. And so if we have faith in our marriages that, hey, we can overcome this struggle or this hurdle. I've seen people that are married that have overcome tremendous struggles. And one of them is David and Bathsheba. David, he saw Bathsheba. Now, Bathsheba, I don't think really did so much of the wrong compared to David. David, he lusted after her. And the Bible doesn't tell us if David was single at the time or if he had just multiple wives. But it indicates most likely David already had mistresses or a companion. But yet he lusted after Bathsheba. Well, you know the story. Uriah ended up getting killed, and Bathsheba now had Solomon. Now, Solomon was blessed in the Bible. And so David and Bathsheba ended up getting married, and supposedly, the scriptures don't necessarily say that, but they imply that. And they had Solomon because they were still together. David and Bathsheba still had a relationship because the whole issue with Solomon becoming king, his brother started to, try to take the kingdom from Solomon, and Bathsheba had to step up and say, hey, David, I thought you said Solomon was going to be your king. And so clearly there was a relationship there. But that story shows that we have to have faith even when we are slipping up, messing up. If you fall on the Bathsheba side versus the David side, whether in your relationship you've done either more wrong on each side than the other, there are different strategies that we need to use, biblical strategies to overcome this world. And Jesus can give us the power to overcome this world. See, the world wants to draw us into the marriages of this world, where you're breaking up and getting married and breaking up and getting married, and you're married to like 5 or 6 people, and it's just a natural cycle until you get tired of being married, or until you guys stay together and you die. And so we have to break this repetitive cycle that Americans have, and just our culture, not just the world's culture in general, of, you know, not being committed in marriage. And I think we can use faith in our walk with Jesus, keeping Jesus at the center, to say, you know what, I'm in this marriage because of Jesus, mainly, not only because of my spouse or, you know, another reason that, you know, doesn't really add up. And so, what's that book?
I wanted to talk about this book.
Let me get it up closer. So, this is the wedding date. Love wasn't part of the deal. What did you think about this book?
I just want to, you know, because I know some people probably still out in the dating field, and they think, oh, I'm not ready to get married yet. I'm not ready to, you know, commit to somebody. Dating is different than just getting married. Because some people think, oh, I'm dating this person.
But if you're having sex, get married.
If I'm dating this person, I can still do what I want. Dating, you're still in that phase of, I need to get to know you first. Like, what's your habits? What's your trigger motives? Where's, you know, what kind of person are you? Do you believe in Jesus? Do you go to church? Do you serve? We still in that dating field of, if you like that person, and that person is really up for you, not just acting, pretending like, oh, I like you just to get some. No. Cut it. No. We need to save ourselves as women. I'm saying this to the women. If you're dating anybody that you might like or attracts you, don't go sleep with the first hand. Kind of control yourself. Let that man know, like, hey, I want to get married first before you do anything. Before kissy, touchy. No, that lead up to you taking your clothes off. We don't want to do that. You want to save ourselves to when we do come across that man, or when we do come across that woman, I save myself for that man, or I save myself for that woman. Not just out here, as soon as you see somebody, y'all go to a couple dates, now it's time to kiss. Now it's time to hug. Now it's time to touchy, feely, and then y'all jump up in the bed, and then y'all don't even know who each other is. You don't know when he's born. You don't know how many tattoos he got on his body. None of that. You don't know what his trigger motives. You don't know did he have a good background or got a bad background, or how do he deal with kids? How do he deal with life in general? But y'all end up jumping in the bed with each other. That's how the devil wants it. The devil wants us to be tempted and can't keep control of ourselves. Just give it up right away. That's what the devil wants. And we need to stop. If we want a Christian wife, if we want a Christian husband, save yourself to that day come. To that day of somebody is getting down on their knee and proposing to you. Then you can think about, okay, now I can take this relationship further. Because now it's going to be in God's realm, not the world realm.
Right, and that's important in the last days.
We look at what we see down here on how people live and how people hooking up. Oh, I got to do that too. They hooking up, everybody ain't committing, everybody just giving it up. That's what the devil wants us to be, so tempted to jump out and go sleep with somebody without even knowing their name.
Right.
You could be sleeping with somebody that's a criminal. You could be sleeping with somebody that done something to kids, but you still land it out there for them. You making it easy. They thinking they might, oh, that person, oh, that, wow, she was easy. I ain't gotta do nothing. I ain't gotta take her out. I can just, wow, we can just go sleep together. That's easy. You don't want to make stuff easy in this life, because that's what the devil wants. The devil want to make it so easy that you ain't got to work for it. You ain't got to go get a tuxedo and a dress and go get married for it. I just jump out here and just put on some nice clothes, some nice bling bling, some nice jewelry, and a nice tight dress and everything showing. I get a man just like that. No, that's what the devil wants us to live. God say, hey, I can prepare you a marriage. I can lead you into a marriage.
Right.
If you want it. But you got to keep me in the center of that marriage. God can bring two people together if you want it. But once you get together, you can't let the devil come back in there and be like, hey, go look at so-and-so on the beach. Shut up, devil. I'm married. I'm not looking for, my eyes is not for everybody else. My eyes is for him. That's what we should be focusing on. When we get married, don't be still looking. Hold up, I gotta go check some. Old girl had a bathing suit on. Why are you committing for? If you still searching for somebody else, your eyes, you're not pleased with the woman that you have, or you're not pleased with the wife that you have, the husband that you have. You still looking for more.
And that's why you should take your time. Take your time when trying to date.
Oh man, she got a nice body.
Right.
Oh man, he got muscles. Ooh, let's go holler. We be ready to go holler at somebody else, and then God done put you together for a reason. For us to be in a marriage that can last longer. Be in a marriage that, hey, I don't feel like this person's taking advantage of me, or that person's taking advantage of me, or this person just trying to rule over me. No, it's not. Yeah, the husband's supposed to be the head of the house, but it's not. The devil want to put in your mind like, oh, this person just want to be a charge. He want to run everything. He want to know my business. He want to do this. He want to do that. I don't want to commit. I don't want nobody to tell me what to do. That's what the devil's putting in our minds, and we just running with, oh, I'm just gonna stay single, but I'm dating. But you're giving it up too.
Right, guys, and if you're just scrolling on Tinder, guys, if you're just scrolling on Tinder,
going on blind dates, you're going on everything.
That's not a good place to be. You're in a bad place.
On the internet, you find people on Facebook, you find people on Twitter,
Okay, let's hone it in on a subject though.
But it's like, if we want to be as people, as Christians, you should want a Christian marriage. Not what the devil paint in your head and, oh yeah, okay, I ain't gotta commit, I can just look nude.
Okay, so here's the question. Should you marry an unbeliever as a Christian? Okay, I'm gonna give you my answer. You should not. You should not marry an unbeliever, because you need to be on the same wavelength. You have to at least marry a Christian. You know, because if you're reading the Bible and they're not reading the Bible, what do you think?
I think you really have to ask questions before you get into that proposal state. Because some people can pretend, oh yeah, I read the Bible, oh yeah, I live to the Bible. But once you get over there in that train and you're like, oh, whoa. That's not what I thought.
I would say, and also if you go into things like Bible study,
you want to.
Are you studying the Bible?
You want to actually ask him or ask her, hey, do you go to church?
Right.
Do you do some form of serving in the church?
Now you're not looking, it doesn't have to be a super Christian.
But you want somebody that believe in the same realm
Right.
as you. You don't want somebody, you believe in Christian and somebody else over here believe in Jehovah Witness.
Right.
Y'all two different Christians. Because you might pray in a different way, and then if a person on the Jehovah's Witness side and you decide to marry that person, then they might pray a whole another different way, and then you be like, oh, I thought we all prayed the same.
Here's a personal recommendation. I would say
questions.
Find someone in your church.
Or you can still look.
Find someone in your church.
I'm not saying you can jump up and just, I want to be married. No, you don't have to. You can still do your research. But as women, I'm just saying, let's at least have some type of control over ourselves.
And that brings us to another point. How do you get that control?
No,
you need to ask Jesus.
You can pray in your head. You can pray, God, I'm going on my first date with this person. How do you want me to present myself? Because the devil might want you to do yourself. Yeah, come on, get it. But now, we got to be as people, as Christians, if that's what you want. You have to ask God, okay, God, if I go on this date, what questions I should ask? What should I talk about? You know, we get into dates and we don't talk. We let the phone talk for us. Hey, I just text it to you. No, this is the time we talk. Hey, what you like to eat? What's your schedule? What do you like to do on your downtime? What do you like to do Monday through Friday? Ask questions. What hobby do you like to do? Do you go to church on Sunday? Do you believe in Jesus? Do you read your Bible? Do you pray? Do you fast?
And if you want to do a good one, ask them to explain their faith, or ask them to explain.
Or you can say
something about the Bible.
Hey, if you believe in somebody that don't believe in the same realm with you, say hey. Or that person might come to you and say, hey, would you like to go to my church? Go with them.
But
go with them and see.
Here's what we're explaining.
How they doing. You can see what they doing.
Here's what we're explaining. You don't just look at the outside. You look at what's inside.
Yeah.
You can look at what's outside too.
No.
But I'm just saying, if you're looking at only exterior and you're not looking at the interior, you guys are really like, after you're not gonna mesh right.
That's pretty much just going after lust. You just lusting.
Right, and I'm not saying that it doesn't have to work out that way.
Like, oh.
I'm just saying you guys have to have at least something in common.
We can sit down.
In faith.
Do you like
going
to parks? Hey, do you like to go to parks? Hey, do you like to walk? Do you like to do some form of exercise? You know, hey, do you like to get out of the house? What movies do you like to watch? Do you like the shoot up movies, or do you like some comedy? Do you like, you know, some Christian movies, some Christmas movies? You know, ask questions on what do they like to do. And if they don't rock with you, don't force it on them. You know, you can tell them somebody rock with you and they don't. Don't just, you can just see, you can still see how they, you know, what the household look like. Hey, can you know, you want to come over for dinner? You know, y'all can still chop it up. Y'all can still talk. That's how y'all get to know each other first off, before y'all go into getting married. And then once y'all get married, y'all really hate each other.
Right.
Divorce. I hate you. Bye. No, that's not. God didn't make marriage for people just to keep breaking it. Get into a marriage, get married, then go home and all hell breaking loose.
But even in these
divorced.
Even in these days, guys, we need something more. We need the power of God.
The devil keep telling us. The devil loved to break us up. The devil loved to divide. Anything that do with Christians, anything that to do with the Heavenly Father, them put together, and we on that train, the devil always gonna put an image or something in your head that, hey, this ain't right. This don't feel right. This marriage suck. I don't want to be here. I married the wrong person. He always put those images. Oh, I want you to marry so-and-so. No, you didn't marry so-and-so, so-and-so. I want you to still go over there and get him. Oh, I still want you to go over there and get her. That's what the devil wants, but you got to tell that devil, shut up. I'm not listening to you. God done blessed me to get a marriage, blessed me to be a wife, blessed me to be a mother. I'm not breaking it. For who? For what? If I could start building up somebody else? No, I'm not building up nobody else. That's what we need to do. Once we get into a marriage and we got what we wanted, like this is what I prayed for, like I want to be married, I want to have kids, I want to have my own family. If you already got that, don't let that devil keep motioning in your ear telling about go meet up old boy. You still waiting on you. No. You build something with that man already, what you got. Keep building it up. Don't let the devil keep coming in there trying to tear it down. Because that's all he's trying to do. And then once you listen to the devil, and then you break up your happy home, and then now you out here looking stupid. Oh, what am I gonna do now? My husband took the kids, or my wife took the kids and left me over some stupid stuff. We should not be so ready to. If you don't want to get married, just say that. If you don't want to date, just say that. Y'all, we don't have to be in. We can be single till the day you die if you want to. But don't get out here and put yourself out here, and then you get involved with somebody. Now you don't want to get involved with the person no more. Don't put yourself out there. Nobody's not forcing themselves on us.
Right.
It's a mindset of, okay, I don't want to be single anymore. I want to find somebody. Okay, now let's date. Let's get some rules on dating.
Well, the problem is people today don't have a marriage mindset.
We need to stop looking for what can I get out of this person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this person rich. Oh, this person got a nice body. Oh, okay. I take that. No, what's in here? This is what we need to be looking at. Not what's the body looking like.
Mm-hmm.
We soon we see a hot body, hey, we in there like swimwear. Then once we pull the mask off, we're like, oh Lord, oh Jesus, I didn't know he was like that. I didn't know she was like that. See, you need to see what's under that mask before you say I do. Because some people can be fooling you. And then you get under that, and you get under that umbrella, that same umbrella. And then you be like, oh Lord, why you didn't warn me this? Oh Lord, why you didn't tell me this was going to go on?
But that happens with everybody.
You should see what's up under that mask.
But
let's tear down all the curtains.
Let's bring back the Bible here. Let's bring it in. Okay, there are some biblical principles that you need to understand when talking about dating and marriage.
It's different.
You have to understand, are you going to be committed? You have to shift your mindset. In America, this is what we don't do. In America, we have to shift our mindset to one, are you going to be committed?
Do you want to?
And can you see yourself spending a lot of time with this person? Now, people can die, people can,
I'm not saying
there's different things that can come up.
I'm talking about being
as far as you seeing yourself with this person for as long as you can, and then
for poor,
do you feel like you can overcome sexual immorality? Do you feel like you can be on the pursuit of I'm gonna only have sex with one person, monogamy? Can you picture yourself not looking at porn anymore, or repenting of that, or turning away from that?
Go meet up with old girl.
Can you?
No strings attached.
If you can answer yes to those questions of you can be committed, then you should get married.
Some people say
even in the last days, guys, we have to, like I was saying earlier, have to have faith to say I can make it in the last days. You may think, everyone now just wants to hook up. But if you search, guys, Jesus said, seek and you will find. you can find a spouse that you can be with. And, you know, that's something that we can still talk about, but you have to believe that you can find someone that can be just who you are, who you need them to be. And also, take your time. Pray about it. You know, pray about that particular person. And, you know, this is something that you need to do, but I do not recommend marrying an unbeliever.
One thing I do remember when she's my auntie, she had raped me, and she would always tell me, I'm not going to say too much, but she always told me, and I still remember to this day, you cannot change a man. You cannot change a woman. If God give you a spouse and y'all committed, you cannot change that person. That's not our job to change a human being. And that was an eye open for me, because I didn't know what she was really talking about until I actually witnessed it. I'm like, wow, you really can't change a person. You would think, oh, this man is my husband, I can change him, I can do this, I can do that. You can't. You cannot change a person. Only thing you can do is to that person is love them, guide them. That's it. Give them loyalty, honesty, kindness, all that and above. But you cannot change that person.
And what she's trying to say is, it has to be up to the person to change.
So
you can't force. You can come into a relationship and you're looking to change everything and force it, and it doesn't work. But you see, you have to make the choice. You have to say in your personal life whether you want to change or not. But you cannot change. I cannot make Shadrika do anything.
No.
All I can do is say, okay, you know, I can give her over to God and say, God, change this person.
Yeah, that's all.
But also, Shadrika can make the choice whether she wants to change or not.
Yeah.
Or I can make the choice whether I want to change.
Yeah.
But if you go into a relationship and you're trying to say, oh, you know, maybe I'll change about them later.
I can change this person.
That's up to them. That's up to them whether they want to change.
If you go into a marriage like that, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. If you go into a marriage or dating like, oh, I can change this person's life, and you keep giving him the feed, you keep giving him, he's not biting, he's not getting it, it's not your job. God didn't give us a spouse to, oh, I'm going to change him. Oh, I'm going to change her. No. God can change that person. We're not God. We're just disciples. We're just here to deliver. But we cannot change a person. Only God can change if he wants it, if she wants it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mind thing. We can't just, all the women or even men can think, oh, I can change this woman, oh, I can change that man. No, you can't. You get into a relationship with somebody, you cannot change. Give him up to Jesus Christ. Like, hey, God, I love you. I thank you for what you done for me, and thank you for what you gave me, but you gotta fix him. I can't fix him. That's not my place. God didn't give us a spouse to, oh, I can run this person's life, oh, I can just do whatever I want. I'm in charge. That's how people look at marriage and look at dating, like, oh, this person's gonna be in charge and you're telling me what to do. It goes back to a choice. You can listen to your husband, you can listen to your wife or not. But I look at it like this. If you're married, and you fully believe in Jesus Christ, if your husband say do something and you don't do it, you kind of letting Jesus down. Like, oh, you getting Jesus look good. When you don't listen, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. I should have went on and did that. You know? But we don't. We don't think that way. We still have have that mindset of what the devil got going on. No, you ain't gotta listen to your husband. No, you gotta listen to your wife. I make the money. She gonna do what I tell her to do. No, see, that's all the devil. That's all what the devil is telling us. But we want to do right in life. And what I mean by doing right in life is, listen, you might have a disagree or don't disagree. And that's okay. We all human. We all human in marriage. We still human. You're going to have some ups and downs in your marriage, but you just cannot let it terrorate to the point you want to tear it. You want to break every command in the book. Like, no, I'm not staying here. It's too tough. It's too rough. It's too hard. It's too... No. Stick together in your marriage. No matter what is going on in your life or what is going on in your home. Still stick together with that man and that woman.
I got something to add.
Don't go through the cycles. Go through the field, but once you get in the field, oh, now I want to get out. This is the time hey, I'm still with you. You still with me? Let's rock this thing out. We're going to stand here together. But we don't. Soon we go through a breakup or whatever. Oh, we can still get back together. No, you can't. Not in a marriage, you can't. But once you say divorce and you go sign the papers, that's it. That's it. What we're gonna do? Build back up again?
Well, the Bible has instructions for that
But
too.
we should not.
It says either stay single or return to your spouse. If you guys divorce,
fully married to
it says
somebody,
stay single or return back to your spouse.
If you're fully single, if you're fully married to somebody, don't try to find some solution or something just to get out of it. We'll find every little thing to pick at just to break up. Oh, I want divorce now. I'm done. I'm tired of you. That's not, God didn't make marriage like that. God did not make marriage like some people say, oh, it's too hard. I can't make it. I can't do it. I can't be under somebody that long.
I got something to add.
If you was lonely, if you was tired of single, God found you somebody, sent it to you, and now you want to kick it right back out the door? You really saying no to God. To be honest. It's not. People always say marriage is hard. Marriage is hard. Marriage is not hard if you got your mindset on Jesus Christ. Not what the world marriage got going on. That's what we love to look at, is what the world marriage says. No. If you really read your Bible, you really got it in you that, hey, this is how God made a marriage to be. Not woman and woman married, not man and man married. It's like, now we want to get a part of that too. I want to leave my husband for a woman. I want to leave. God did not make marriage. That's a domination in his eyes, like, people. That's a domination in God's eyes.
Oh, you're talking about gay marriage.
Yes.
Homosexuality.
God did not like that. God is not a pride to that. He's not happy when he sees that. Y'all just represent the devil right there.
Yeah, I got something to add.
But it's like, why would you want to leave your spouse for a woman or leave your spouse for another man? Your mind definitely got to be in there feeding in the devil, because your mind got to be terrorating, because that is just, I can't. I love my husband.
Hey guys, I had a good story of how Noah was on the ark, and he was married. He had his wife, there's 3 sons and their wives. And we can use being in the last days and reflecting on how Noah made it through all of that time and still stuck together with his family. Now, we can look at it like every, great American movie story of a family making it through hard times.
That's what we
have to look at our lives, is that we are going to use faith and our walk with God
Faith, hope.
to say that we are going to keep our marriage strong and keep fighting the good fight of faith in these last days. We don't know when the rapture is going to be, but that's no means to start acting unloving or unkind, or you're not repenting, or just not acting like a Christian. And so let me check the time. And so go ahead.
Okay, this is for the marriage people, the Christians, okay? Because I hear a lot about this, a lot that goes on with family. If you date somebody and you really love this person, y'all really think about getting married, don't let anybody come in your ear and be like, no, don't you better not marry him. Why? That's who I want. That's who I got my eyes on. Why should I? You should not let family members come in and just turn your nugget around, like just make you feel like you made the wrong choice about this person. See,
that's so important.
Everybody in my head, everybody in my family in my head about one man. But I said no. I don't care what they say. At the end of the day, this is
I hope I don't let them down.
I'm not looking for. I don't feel like I made no wrong choice. I don't feel like I married somebody that I didn't want. I want him. I got two kids by him. Proud and blessed to have them. But I'm not gonna let somebody tell me no, that's not for you. He is for me. He's mine. But we love to, as soon as a family member or somebody in our family member tell you, oh, you better not go and do that with him. He don't love you for real. Yes, he do. He wouldn't be here if he didn't love me. I wouldn't have kids if he didn't love me. If he didn't care. You can't let family tear down your happiness. Because I grew up in a home with a mom. My dad was in and out, okay? I made a choice when I was little. I want to be married. I want to have a husband on my own. I don't want somebody that's going to be, I have my home and my husband have his home. No, I want to be in the same realm as my husband. I don't want to be separate realms. He got his going on, I got mine going on. No, that's what the devil wants. So I made in my mind, because when I saw my mom struggled to feed us, struggle to keep lights on, struggle to make sure that we was good. I said to myself in my room when I cried, God, I don't know if you hear me, but I want a different way to live. I don't want this separation in my family. Because that's what family gonna do. If you find that man or that woman, they might tell you all kind of crazy stuff about, oh, don't you do it. Shut up. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for me. Because this is what I want. And God is telling me, hey, you should marry that person. You feel the way about your way you feel about that, do it. And I did it. Right here. And I'm not taking it off. So, as I'm going to get to my next statement, if you married somebody and your husband, your family members don't agree to having him or having her around, wherever your husband goes, that's where you need to be going. Don't be telling your husband, no, I gotta go see about so and so, so and so. You just go do what you gotta do. We'll meet back up later. No. Wherever your husband goes, that's where you need to go. Don't be going to no invitations. If your husband, they tell you right up, straight up front, don't you bring that man. Oh, I'm out the door. You ain't gonna see me then. Because that's what people do. That's what some family people do. When they feel like they don't like a person, they want you but they don't want your husband. My husband gonna go everywhere I go. I don't care what nobody gotta say. They like it, they dislike it. I don't care. I do not care. My husband gonna go.
Hey, tone it down.
My husband gonna go. I'm not leaving my husband in the background. No, that's not the way God made marriage to be. Wherever you go, as a family, that's where it's supposed to go. Not, yeah, let me go over here and see so you just stay at home. No, my husband's gonna be in the car with me. If you don't like it, that's too bad, too sad. But you gonna see his face anyway.
Well, guys, that's all it is for tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hey, you can go to my website. We have Marriage Life Jacket. The tab that says Marriage Life Jacket on our website. Click on that. I have different videos that I've done, and I think Shadrika's on that page too. If you want to see Shadrika's, if you want to see her specific videos,
please,
she has a tab on her on our website where you can see more of her specific videos. There's only about 3.
I'm thinking about making some more.
She might start her own channel if this ministry grows.
All the women.
But guys, we don't know how long we have left, but let's live as if we can make plans and still preach the gospel and reach people for Jesus Christ.
All ages women. You know, there's no limit over here. It's all ages for women. Y'all can come and yeah, we can talk about some stuff.
Right. Good night.